Friends, after an unusually short Advent, Christmas is finally here. Another year, another Christmas. And I want to wish each one of you a very blessed and peace-filled Christmas. One of the phrases we hear during this time of the year is the phrase, "May Christ be born in your hearts." And what does that mean? That Christ be born in our hearts today. I have to admit, I have preached homilies about this topic. But I have been a little ambiguous about what that practically means in our lives. And this year, I have come to a new realization. And I don't mean that this might be a new realization for you as well, but certainly it has been a new realization for me. I think this phrase, "May Christ be born in our hearts," is another way of saying that each Christmas, in one small area of our lives, may we become just a little more like Christ. See, I'm about 52 years old right now. And you might want to think about your own age. None of us knows how long we will live. But what is the chance that whatever day it is that we stand face to face with God, that God will not see us, but that God will see us transformed into the image and likeness of Christ? So every Christmas, if we take one specific area of our lives, and if we resolve that in that particular area, that we might become just a little more like Christ, then it is possible that by the end of our lives become more and more like Christ. So the phrase and the wish, "May Christ be born in our hearts," it's not just about Christ being born in our hearts and our lives, but that we are transformed into the image and likeness of Christ. Now this idea, this realization that I just came upon, has been expressed by the church fathers and in the Catechism of the Catholic Church in even more stronger words. So let me just take you to the Catechism of the Catholic Church. Here is what it says. It says, "The Word became flesh to make us partakers of the divine nature." In other words, Jesus became like us so that we might become a little more like Him. That's the point of the entire incarnation story. And then the Catechism begins to quote church fathers and theologians who've expressed this thought in similar words. So for example, St. Irenaeus says, "For this is why the Word became man, and the Son of God became the Son of Man, so that man, by entering into communion with the Word, and thus receiving divine sonship, might become a son of God." I have a little trouble calling myself a son of God in the way that Jesus was, and yet that is what Christmas is all about. And then we have St. Athanasius who says, "For the Son of God became man so that we might become God." St. Thomas Aquinas puts this in words like, "The only begotten Son of God, wanting to make us sharers in His divinity, assumed our nature so that He, made man, might make men gods." Wow. As I said, it might even seem a little scandalous for us to say that we might become like God. But really, that is what Christmas is all about. When I say that Christmas is about slowly being transformed into the image and likeness of God, I mean exactly what the Catechism and the Church Fathers and the great thinkers in the church are saying. So this Christmas, I have this simple prayer for me and this simple wish for you as well. In one specific area of our lives, may we become just a little more like Christ, so that on the day we stand face to face with God, God will not merely see us, but God will see this beautiful person that God created, made even more beautiful as we are transformed into the image and likeness of Christ. Once again, I want to wish each one of you a very blessed and peace-filled Christmas.